This is New Development Stories. I am Sahid Aribisala. Ondo State is 49 today. Ondo State, carved out of the old western region, was created on 3rd of February 19th administration of General Murtala Muhammad. Since its creation 49 years ago, 19 people have served as governor, 12 military governors and 7 civilian governors, including Governor Aida Atiwa, who was sworn in on the 27th of December 2023. Meanwhile, the Ondo State Governor, Lucky Aida Atiwa, says the state is making steady progress towards a destination of development and prosperity. Governor Aida Atiwa stated this in his message to the people of Ondo State to mark the 49th creation anniversary of the state. In his message, Governor Aida Atiwa commended the founding fathers of the state for their courage, foresight, and invaluable contributions towards making Ondo State what it is today in terms of sustainable development and inclusive growth with the potential to be greater, while promising to continue to build on the worthy legacies of the founding fathers and former governors. Governor Aida Atiwa reiterated the commitment of his administration to maximizing the potential of the state for the benefit of the generality of the people. Congratulating the people of the state on their anniversary, the governor also called on them to continue to provide support for his administration as he continues to navigate the ship of the state towards a safe harbor. The governor added that as the state heads towards its 50th creation anniversary next year, a committee will be constituted to draw up the modalities for the golden celebration of the Sunshine State. Resurgence of fatal farmers-elders clashes in Ondo State has become a disturbing issue for residents, with 5 men brutally murdered in a single day, allegedly by suspected herdsmen. The fate of farmers and government's effort to curb this menace remain major concerns for the people. Omorio Langwiji sought the opinions of farmers and security experts on measures to tackle the crisis.
One of Nigeria's most persistent security challenges is the conflict between farmers and herders, which has led to the loss of lives and the destruction of farm produce on a large scale. Ondo State, an agrarian hub, has not been spared as farmers continue to fall victims on their farmlands. In response, the Ondo State government established a Motekun Corps to work alongside other security agencies in tackling the menace. For a while, residents had a sense of security. However, the killings have resurfaced in recent times. In just 1 week in August 2024, 2 farmers, Joshua Gbadamosi from Ifira Akoko and Sunday Ayeni from Ubaka Akoko, were gruesomely murdered by suspected herdsmen. While security agencies and the Ondo State government were still investigating the incidents, another strategy struck as 5 able-bodied farmers were allegedly killed on their farmlands by herders. These alarming incidents, according to representatives of farmers in Ondo State, have instilled fear among the people. The chairman of the Ondo State Agricultural Commodity Association, Abiodun Adejo, confirmed that farmers are now abandoning their farms as herders, accompanied by hundreds of cows, invade their lands and kill at will.
Many of the farmers who have farms, real farms, that is cocoa, cassava and cocoa, they have abandoned the place because of this fear of these herder killers that is terrorizing that area daily. So I hope with this happening now, the government should please try as much as possible to make sure that they do something very pragmatic in a way to make sure that farmers are not being driven away from their farms, because we had food shortage last year. If anybody that is on those things, we know that there was a time we were having problem, that is, food was scarce. In fact, somebody came and said the cost of food item in those states is higher than any other neighboring state. And why? Because many of our farmers ran away from the farm because of the fear of being killed or being maimed by these people. And I'm sure Ondo State, the governor now is aware of the whole thing, and I'm sure he's on top of the matter. I think he will do something very, very urgently to bring confidence to the farmers to move to the farm.
While commending the state government's efforts in tackling criminal elements, Mr. Adejo urged security agencies to adopt strategic measures to better protect farmers. Security consultant Yemi Adeyemi lamented the resurgence of these violent attacks, suggested the establishment of police divisional headquarters in all flashpoint zones across the state to strengthen security.
The civilians knows those people, but they are afraid of giving security agent information. So one, we need those local hunters in that area. Local hunters will work with all the security agency. The local hunter, they are the one on the ground in that area. The commissioner of police is not there. There is no divisional headquarters in that area. So those vigilantes, it's what the security will liaise with, work in harmony, work hand to hand to give information to the security agency. So if security agents have information to work on, that is where they can solve this problem. The civilian, the security hunter, and the indigenous have a lot to do. Because one, they know these people, they are becoming there, they know them, but they are afraid to give information out. And information is power.
Meanwhile, security agencies, including the state-owned Amotekun Corps, have reassured residents of their safety, urging citizens to provide timely information to assist in securing the state. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
The federal government has urged citizens to avoid non-essential travel as Nigeria strengthens surveillance amid Ebola outbreak agenda. The government announced that except for essential services, citizens of the country should stay away from impacted nations until further notice. The government announced that it also advised persons already in Nigeria but with recent travel history or transit through countries with Ebola cases in the last 21 days who experienced symptoms such as fever, muscle pain, sore throats, diarrhea, weakness, vomiting, stomach pain, and unexplained bleeding or bruising to adhere to these certain guidelines. A statement by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control stated that there are no cases of Ebola virus in Nigeria, but pointed out that it has initiated measures to strengthen preparedness in the country. The NCDC Director General, Jide Idris, noted that the measures to ensure that Ebola is not brought to Nigeria include the updates on its emergency contingency plan, heightened surveillance especially at the points of entry, and optimizing diagnostic capacity for testing in designated laboratories in cities with international airports of entry and the National Reference Laboratory. In 2014, Nigeria experienced an Ebola outbreak that was part of the larger West Africa epidemic after an infected traveler from Liberia arrived in Lagos, Nigeria on July 20, 2014, potentially exposing 72 people at the airport and hospital. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has announced the commencement of the implementation of the withholding system. In a statement, the special advisor to the executive chairman of the FIRS on Communication and Advocacy, Collins Omokaro, said that the system would streamline tax collection, enhance compliance, and increase revenue for critical sectors. The FIRS explained that the initiative was designed to ensure that taxes were collected efficiently and transparently, fostering accountability among businesses and employers. According to the agency, the regulation mandated the deduction of taxes directly from payments such as salaries, rent, professional fees, and dividends. The agency further explained that adjustments to tax rates for both residents and non-residents were intended to support local businesses while ensuring fairness for foreign entities.